Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's Terry Armenta from Forensic Training Unlimited. Another happy forensic day for you. Happy Forensic Wednesday. I try to be cute and I guess wake up early in the morning. I'm a big morning person, so for all you people out there who have trouble waking up in the morning, I feel you. But for all you people who are just morning people, yahoo, right? It's going to be a good day. My baseball team won yesterday, and I live in Southern California, so I follow the Angels. No, not the Dodgers, but the Angels. And before we get started here, I just got to get set up because I wanted to bring you another free forensic training opportunity that I'm very familiar with yesterday. Thank you for the hearts. Gosh, good morning to all of you. I don't know where everybody's from, but again, it's Terry from Southern California. So I wanted to bring another forensic training for you, another free forensic training. Yesterday, if those of you who didn't tune in or were sleeping or were busy, we kind of reviewed my friend's Coroner Talk webpage, actually a podcast. I know him well. His name is Darren Dake. Hi Sherry, how are you? Good morning. Darren Dake, he has coronertalk.com. And I'm going to show you that. Let me flip this thing around for you. There you go. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning, good morning. It's about 5 o'clock here in Southern California, and I start early. I love starting early because guess what? I get to get out early. But let me just kind of recap for those who missed yesterday's scope about free forensic training opportunities. Let me flip. So yesterday we talked about Coroner Talk. It's a great resource. Hi Eddie. Great resource for Mark. How you doing? For those interested in death investigations. Coroner Talk is a podcast. It is the only podcast that's solely dedicated to death investigations. And my friend Darren Dake, he runs that. You can find it on iTunes. I listen to it almost every time he has a new speaker on. I've learned a lot. So check that one out. One of the greatest things about this one, here, let me show you if you guys can see that. He's got a lot of resources here. Videos, articles and ebooks, forms. So, you know, please check that out if you're interested in death investigations, okay? Now, another resource is that's what I really wanted to show you guys this morning. This is from Texas A&M, and one of the things that they have is a free forensic fingerprint comparison. So let me get that to you. I should have set this up earlier, but that's okay. So you can see that there, online, no cost, it's free, forensic training for fingerprints. Now, if you come down here, they have a whole section of fingerprints, of forensics, and they have their certificate programs. And if you scroll down just a wee bit, okay, you'll see what? Online courses, right? You guys are so great. Thanks for the hearts. I feel really welcomed and loved. Thank you. And you scroll down just a little bit more, so you see that Foundations of Fingerprint Comparison. That's the one you want. Yes, that's the one you want. So it runs from July to January of 2016, and it's all on your own, okay? It's a self-directed course, meaning you know, you do it at your own pace, okay? Let me flip this around so you guys can see me a little bit better, because I love talking to all of you, or speaking. There you go. All right, so the free course, I've taken it. Now, there's two ways to go, all right? There is the way that if you are experienced, you have experience in fingerprints, and then there's the beginners. So let me start off with the experienced ones. If you've taken a fingerprint class before, you're in the field, you know basic fingerprint patterns such as loops, arches, and whirls, then you can still take this class because it's a great refresher. Okay, again, it's a self-paced class. It started July 1st. You have until January 2016 to finish it. And there are 3 challenges, 3 tests, if you will. But again, it's pretty straightforward. So if you've taken fingerprint classes before, it's a fantastic, fantastic review. Okay, let's flip on to the other side. If you're a beginner and you don't really know if this is the route you want to take, or you say, hey Terry, you know what, I want crime scene investigations, why do I have to take fingerprints? Because if you take a look at it, and I hate to even refer to those crazy CSI shows, but take a look at a show, right, a CSI show. What's really involved besides the make-believe that crime scene investigators interrogate people because they don't, okay? You guys, everybody knows that, right? I see everybody saying, yes, Terry, I know that. So, crime scene investigation deals with what? 2 things, mainly. Photography and dusting and lifting for prints, and we'll throw in collection, evidence collection. So, hello. So, for you crime scene investigator people out there, this is a great course to take. Besides it being free, let's put that aside. But the course will show you the different types of patterns and sub-patterns. There are 3 patterns, main patterns: loops, arches, and whirls. And if you remember that word, what it spells out to be, law, you'll never forget it. But within each pattern, there's a sub-pattern, and the course will go over that. And it's great because towards the end, you'll be able to compare one print to another, a known to an unknown. So, how to find out about to become a crime scene photographer. Let me get to that. Let me finish that. That's actually a great question. Wonderful question. So, take the course. Again, it's free. And once you successfully pass the course, you get a certificate. So then why do you need a certificate? Because you need to put that in your professional portfolio, right? It all makes sense, doesn't it? Please say yes. Everybody say yes. It makes sense. So nowadays, I get a lot of students that really want to get into a forensic related position or forensic related, thank you, all you yes people, mwah, related position, but it's hard to, right? I know it's hard. It's not like when I was there, I hate to even say it, about 20 years ago. I don't feel that old. Hopefully I don't look that old. About 20 years ago, it was completely different, very, very different. But nowadays, you have to market your career. So one of the ways to do that is how? Certificates of training. So get on this class. It's the Texas Extension class. I've taken the course. Again, it's pretty straightforward. I enjoyed it. I love learning. Of course, I love this forensic stuff. I'm sick for it. And I learned a lot more. You just reinforce that learning. So take it. Let me flip it over again. You guys who came in kind of late or just joining us, I'm Terry from Forensic Training Unlimited. I have a company, a forensic training company, if you guys can't figure that out, located in Southern California, and we have online classes, on-site classes, because we do a lot of hands-on training, webinars and seminars and workshops and all that great yummy forensic stuff. But yesterday we did a scope for coroner talk, because if you guys into death investigations, you got to look at that. And then today I wanted to tell you guys about the free fingerprint comparison class. So thank you. So let me flip that over again, so some of you that came in. Hi Andy from South Florida. I love Florida. I like the weather there. Southern California here, but let me flip this over. I'm in my office right now this morning. I usually start early compared to maybe traditional jobs. I like to get in here early. I work in a lab, a DNA lab, so all is well there. So this is what you want to do. This is what I'm speaking of. It's the Texas Extension, Engineering Extension. Let me flip that back for you. There you go, Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service. You want to go to Forensics. And when you scroll down, and I'm trying to go slowly here, you scroll down, they got a lot of great stuff, but most of these things are on site. And unless anybody's from Texas, give a holla. You want to scroll down to online courses, okay? And then, oh, there you go, online courses. And then you want to go into what? Here we see this little gem, Foundations of Fingerprint Comparison. This is a free online self-directed course that you will get a certificate, okay? So that's what you want. I love the hearts, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, okay? And then let me just do the corner talk. There we go, the corner talk. And again, that's a podcast, but Darren does have a lot of videos, articles, ebooks, and downloadable forms and things like that. So that is wonderful. Now, before I forget, because it's easy to do, let me switch this thing back. Photography. Whoever asked that question, I'm going to do it right now. Let me put this down. Okay, here's the thing with photography. Let's just go with forensics in general, all right? Depending upon your agency, depending upon where you live, depending upon how big in an area that you live, you may or may not encounter an individual that is solely responsible to be a photographer for a forensic unit. And here's the reason why. Most agencies want to maximize their personnel, and it is better to have an individual that can do everything. And when I say everything, I'm going to focus in on crime scene investigators, all right? Very good dear friend of mine, Sherry, she works for a local law enforcement forensic unit here in Southern California. She's one of my master instructors, and she's been doing it for about, gosh, 25 years. Now I really feel old. Okay, so here's the thing. As a crime scene investigator, you need to know about photography. So how do you know about photography? How do you get that experience? And this is how, okay? You want to take photography courses, right? Take them at a 2-year or community college, right? Take them through your local community offerings. Where I live, the community center always offers courses in photography, you know, Photoshop, things like that. That's what you want to do, because if you have that type of expertise, then you're more marketable. And remember that word, marketable, for forensic type positions, especially in crime scene investigators, also in death investigations. I have a lot of good friends in death investigations, and I'll get to the website. That's okay, I'll get to it. Yeah, they have to be able to do it all, right? Because they want to maximize their budget, okay? They have to maximize the budget. So take take photography classes, Photoshop, digital photography. You know, I know that where I live, they have basic and advanced. Take it, because you will become, like I said, more marketable. And, you know, I have a lot of students that say, hey, you know what, I want a forensic job, but I can't get it. And I ask them, have you marketed your career goals? And then they look at me like, what? What are you talking about? And I bet you all of you looking at this, listening to this, you have put more effort into purchasing a smartphone or going to whatever provider than you have in marketing your career. And that's a different, you know, scope. So you got to stay with me, and I'll tell you all these tips. And for those of you who don't know me, I am Terry Armenta. I am a forensic trainer, forensic mentor. I've been trained by the coroner's office, local law enforcement, sheriffs, professional organizations, and I created a company called Forensic Training Unlimited. I'm just sick for forensics, and I want to get you guys trained. So let me flip this around, because a couple of you said, hey, I need to know that fingerprint thing. So let me do this for you. My desktop tripod, I don't have my other one because I forgot it at home. So here is, let me go back to the original thing so you guys can see it. So this is what you want, Texas A&M Engineering Extension Service. That's what you want. And if you look up there, it's tex, TEEX.org. Go to that, okay? And then what you want to do is, well, since they have a slide here, you know, you can just click on that slide, enroll today. It'll take you right to it. And this is a free training for you, free. And it started the 1st of July, and it'll go through January 31st. And that just means that you have up till January 31st, 2016, so there's no excuse to finish the course. Those of you who are really tenacious and really sick for this forensic stuff like I am, you can finish it in a day. Those of you who've got, grown-up responsibilities, and all responsibilities are grown-up, as I call it, you're pulled in every which way direction. If you're working full-time or, whatever the case, you have a lot of months to get this thing completed, okay? So you can, there's no excuse. I don't want to hear you guys say, I don't have any forensic training, right? So that's what you want. That's what you want to do. So you're welcome. I hope my mission is to make sure that everybody that wants a forensic position, forensic job, forensic career, thank you for the hearts and the thumbs up. I love it. That, I am here. My passion is to help you convert your forensic goals into forensic career. That is my passion. Yeah, see, here's Mark. He's retired, but he worked in a small department, and Mark can relate, right, Mark? I see you shaking your head, nodding your head, that, you know what? I'm telling you, they need to, they've got to maximize the experts that they have. So, again, sometimes the coroners here in LA, they can have their own photographer, but most of the agencies, they need to maximize their individuals, their experts. So you need to be able to do a little bit of everything, especially when you're a crime scene investigator, latent prints, dusting and lifting, evidence collections, and things like that. So, great question. What is the difference between forensics and criminalistics? Excellent question. Wow, I love it. The biggest thing is with criminalistics, think you're in the lab, primarily in the lab, whereas forensics is this big umbrella of different disciplines, if you will. So I'll tell you a story, okay? I was at the coroner's office, and when I first started there, and I was waiting, we had a decedent I was working on, and the individual, he had a knife, a rather large knife, serrated knife in his back, and we couldn't touch it because that was evidence, obviously. So here I am waiting, waiting and waiting, and finally the individual comes down, right? He was a criminalistic person, love him to death. He has since passed, but he taught me a lot. Comes down, takes the knife out, and he says, yep, that's a knife. And you have to have your sense of humor about you. And so I asked him, I've been waiting all this time for you? He says, yes, because we have a particular duty to do in the lab. So criminalist people generally will be lab-based, lab-oriented, lab-focused versus forensics, okay? It's more of an umbrella. So I have a lot of people, a lot of students will say, can I get a forensic degree? Can I get a forensic job with the degree I have? And that is the question I'm going to answer tomorrow, because I can't give you everything too much. Plus, I need to get to work, right? So I think that wraps it up for me today. I'm going to start my day here early. Thank you very much. Thank you for the hearts. I hope you guys like these little forensic tidbits. I always try to say happy forensic blah 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 because I'm kind of a morning person. You're welcome. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. And I will continue to bring these forensic tips to you. If anybody have any other forensic questions? I had a question yesterday. Somebody asked me, can you show a dead body? No, I can't do that. First, it's not ethical, and two, it's not professional, and three, it's disrespectful to the individual that unfortunately lost his or her life. But what I can do, I have a lot of presentations, and I can show you that because I know. So I can show you that, some pictures, and you know what? Take a class. Oh, thank you very much, Mark. Thank you. I have a couple of online classes I've done. One was positional asphyxiation, the other one was gunshot wounds and forensic evidence. So, you know what? Come check us out. I'm passionate about giving you guys all these forensic tips showing you where you can get forensic training if you're on a budget, or if you're not even here in Southern California, you know, you're out of state. Or you know what, fly in and take one of our classes. We have a workshop at the end of this month, latent print, dusting and lifting. Cheaper, just fly in, you know, enjoy the California sun, you know. Anyway, any more questions? Otherwise, I'm going to sign off and I'm going to get my day started. I'm going to give you a few more. Thank you so much for the hearts. You guys are great. It's a Wednesday morning. Tomorrow's my Friday. Don't hate, because I work Sunday through Thursday. Money, money, money. What does that mean? Money, money, money. Oh, I see. Got it. Because you're limited on money, right? Limited on funds. You know what? I completely relate. Completely relate. Approximate cost for what? Which one? Tell me. Thank you. Good content. Thank you very much. Tell me, what approximate cost for the workshop in Southern California? For classes. It depends. Are you speaking about my company's classes, Forensic Training Unlimited? Tell me. Show me. Give me some clue. Yes? Okay. So, the online classes, let me just do a plug. I don't like to usually do this, but let me just do this and I'll show you some of the most popular classes we have here that you guys can see, all right? And if you get connected with me, you email me, you know what, I'll send you a discount registration code. How's that? Okay. Because my passion is to get you guys training. That's what it is. Training, training, training. The workshop, anybody from Southern California, anybody wants to fly into Southern California to take the workshop, which is latent prints, dusting and lifting, that's $79. That's 8 hours of training, hands-on training. So you get maybe about 20%, 25%. Well, then you need to do the workshop. Come on. It's about 25% presentation and the rest, 75%, all hands-on. One of the greatest things is if you don't know about dusting and lifting, we're going to be giving the students challenging objects to lift prints from. So, words of the day, right on our loop. You know what, Mark? You're cracking me up. Here, let me do this because I need to answer this question about classes. Let me flip this over for you guys. Thank you, Mark. So here's me. Here's our training thing, Forensic Training Unlimited. There's our webpage. We got a couple. Start training for your forensic career, but here's positional asphyxiation. So that runs about $69. I'm sorry, that runs $69. That's a 2-hour. This particular class is 2 hours. And all these are online, so you can take them at your own pace. And each of these, this class and the water-related deaths, they have case studies in them. I try to develop these classes with case studies because, you know, I'm sure all of you drive, and if you're just given the driving manual and you don't experience real life on the road, then how do you know how to drive? So that's the same way. That's the greatest way that I know to get you guys trained is showing case studies, okay? Case studies. So we've got that, the underwater one, and then how to start a forensic career and in 10 essential ways, 10 essential steps. So that's what we've got going on. There's more there, but those are our 3 most popular ones. And again, if you're in Southern California, you know what? Come to the connected with me either through Twitter. You know, if you go to forensicscienceacademy.org, the workshop information is on there. It's on Eventbrite too, so you can do that. But yeah, you know, Mark, I feel you. You know, the same thing when I was going through the training with the sheriffs. You know what? The classes are expensive. I remember taking one class. It was the coroner training class, and it was offered, you know, for all of us. And that was about $600 for 4 days. And at the time, you know, that was quite a bit. But there's some classes there in training, you know, they're well over $1,000, $800, things like that. So I've never forgotten my roots as a student. I'm sure you guys haven't either if you're out of school. So I try to make things quite affordable. And you know what? Hats off to all those forensic resources vendors that we work with. You know, they're always giving us special deals. It's great. I love it. And I try to pass everything off to us as the company, so the students won't have to pay for it. So anybody interested in the workshop, we're only limiting it to 15. We have 12 now. I looked yesterday, 12. So if you're in Southern California, the workshop is located in Rancho Cucamonga, which is in the Inland Empire, and it's on eventbrite.com. That's where the registration is. But if you send me an email, I'll send you some information. Expected starting pay range for which position? Tell me which position, because it really depends upon the agency. It really depends upon the state. You know, there's some positions that are a little bit higher, let's say here in Southern California versus a smaller town in you know, in a different state. So it just really depends. But don't ever discount that, because sometimes if you're in a smaller town and you do everything, you pay your dues there, you know, 3, 5, 7 years, and then you're more marketable. Remember that word, marketable, and we'll discuss that at a later date. But tomorrow I want to focus in on what is, and this is the biggest question I've received all week, because I try to do a question a week. What is the best degree, college degree, that I need in order to get a forensic job? But I can't tell you the answer now. I'm going to tell it to you guys tomorrow. So anyway, I've got to run because my work day is about to start. Happy Wednesday. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I got to go too. Connect, and I usually try to do the scopes about this time, right before I start to go to work. And you guys can email me at terryarmenta@forensictrainingunlimited.com, and I'll answer your questions there. Or just, you know, send me a direct message on Twitter, and we'll be good to go. But again, if anybody's in Southern California, we still have spots left for the workshop. So thank you. I've got to run. Everybody have a great Wednesday. We will start scoping again tomorrow morning.